Okay, I just woke up and this is 6 p.m. in the 14th day of quarantine, and apparently I just moved from one hotel to another one because now there's this new policy of community quarantine. So after the 14 days quarantine, they arrange a special area for you to stay, and you still need to stay in a certain place, ideally in your home address. But if you don't, just like me, you're gonna stay in another room that you book for another week. So here we are, and apparently I am in a very crossed mood. Yeah, I still am, but it's not totally about the transportation and all the formality and system struggle with it, all the things that it is still working out, that I hope. But yeah, so I try to make my logic work again. So here's the idea that I would like to record before I forget the whole lot of it. And as a really, really simple, basic startup, for any of you who found this video who would like to start doing an academic research, especially it's about art or art history. So first of all, like we have a certain subject. It could be about a painting or a painter or a certain thing, a certain topic that we would like to research. So for now, I happen to found, it's recommended me by the algorithm, that a playlist someone made, uh they call it romantic music, and it's all the classical music. And because of the first tune they pick is Debussy, is the Clair de Lune. So they found this thumbnail picture. It's a painting of the same name by a painter called David Maeterlinck, and it caught up my curiosity for a bit because, first of all, Clair de Lune, it's about moonlight, but apparently the painting, the view, it's not at night. And then David Maeterlinck, it's quite a typical Dutch or Flemish name, but it's not. First of all, the title is in French, but then the view in the painting, it's not a Dutch or Flemish view, not a scene. It's rather have a vibe that I feel of either French or Italian. So I want to know what happened to this painting, what's going on with all this. It seems like a lot of mistake happening in this information. And what's all about this painter, because I never heard of him. It's just based on my experience with linguistics that I know that this name looks a bit like Dutch, or maybe he's Belgic. So apparently the first step you do, um, thanks for the benefit of this era of internet, you just Google it. So but you need to look carefully about the results that Google give back to you. So I put in the painting name and the name of the painter together, and it didn't give any formal information about it. I mean, it doesn't have an academic profile. It didn't show up in Wikipedia. So that's the first warning, that it's an obscure situation, that the information could be really hard to find, and it's out of the record of this very common database. And the second warning is it popped up a lot of posts and links from Pinterest. So yeah, Pinterest is a really big warning sign that people can post the paintings based not on really solid information. So yeah, basically just see Pinterest is a good start point, that if you see anything interesting on it, you can start the research from that, but never believe any information that you find on Pinterest or any other similar kind of community shared platform about paintings or painters or any kind of art. That yeah, if you, like I said, it's a free market. If you see anything interesting, you need to do your own research, start from there. So apparently it's a painter that oh it's a painter that less known for people. And as long as I remember that I did this research a few days or weeks ago, but I stopped there, so I don't want to forget about it. That I do remember there's another Maeterlinck that it popped up from the result, that why I found this name a little bit Dutch or Flemish, that there is another Maeterlinck, not David, that he's a writer, not a painter. So they may be related. I cannot be sure. And there's very rare information about this painter, that and then I do found some profiles about him in Dutch, and very few archive that was located in Belgium. So I was right. He is, I believe, a Flemish painter, a Flemish artist or painter. And there is a very personal blog about his works that said he was traveled in Nice in Italy. So it's very possible that it is a view in Italy, but then it has nothing to do with Debussy or the concept in the piece of Debussy. So it's still a lot of mysteries happening, but at least we now can start from the archives in Belgium. So then there's another step in doing research. You need to read a lot of the informations and data and articles that you can find, but you cannot believe what's on a random platform on the internet. So you need to consult with professional archives, for example libraries, museum archives, city archives. You need to find their official website and type in the keyword to see what they record, even though it is just a name. But if it shows that this name happened to be recorded in this archive, is already a big step. So a name, one line where he is born, very simple line, just like any random citizen happened in the history that was found in this archive. But it is important that you need to take this piece down. But yeah, remember it has to be an established institute that do organized archive and database, especially about art. So with art or art history, it's better to consult with the city archive and the museums and galleries. So, but that's how far I went so far. So yeah, first step, use Google. And yeah, and if you cannot find anything on Google before the step 2, the professional archive, you can also try Google Scholar. Scholar.google.com, I think. Yeah, I think I did also use that, because Google Scholar, it has a record of all the articles or theses published, that you can search just a certain keyword that was mentioned in these academic papers. But then again, it's really rare find, even in, I don't know, in Dutch, in French, in Italian. I search all kinds and it's rarely mentioned about name of David Maeterlinck. And yeah, and then you go to this museum or city archives or database that I mentioned from established organizations to find if they have any records about this certain subject that you want. And then you may also go to the open access, open or not, how do you call it, library or the archives, especially for professional theses, academic papers. For art history, I use a lot that JSTOR. So you don't have to read everything of it. You just have to type in the keyword that you want and to see if there's any valuable record, anything that's mentioned in this certain paper that has a certain volume or importance about this subject that you are searching for, that's written in this article. And yeah, it could turn out to be anything. If it's a lot of record, that it's good, you have a lot to read, and then but then you have a higher bar to start your record, to start your research, because it's already many people writing about it. For example, of course, if you type in Michelangelo, if you type in Leonardo, it will pop out like millions of papers about it, books and volumes of things about them in all aspects. But if like this specific subject, David Maeterlinck, and his painting that now it's called Clair de Lune, that we don't know nothing of it, then it will pop up very few, even none results writing about it. But then it could also be a very good thing, because no one else found this hidden treasure before you. So it's a feel free for you to run. So you can be the first person to write about this subject. That's also good. That's even sometimes recommended in university for undergraduate or bachelor student to write their first few thesis or academic papers about anything, because there's no one had an opinion before you, so you're just free to go, but based on solid research. So just go back to the step 2 again to find anything that's just, well, not opinions, not papers, but solid historical facts that you can use. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. If any of you was searching for certain informations about it, and yeah, I hope I could find the time or the energy or mood to continue doing this. I just do a few search and store this subject in my mind. I don't even have a plan if I want to really start writing about it. So yeah, and if I do, I'll make another short video about how I continue doing, how I write and finish a paper about a subject in art and in art history.